Welcome everybody, this is Armour with Daily Armor of God. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope you're all doing well. This is my Finishing the Bible 1-year project. We are on day 76. Today we'll be doing Joshua 22, 23, and 24. So, shall we get started? Yes, I think we do. Should get started. Anyway, so yesterday we read about lots of stuff that went over my head, dividing territories and cities and whatnot. So it's way over my head because it's like I don't know where anything's at in relation to other things. So here we go. Joshua 22:1. Then Joshua called the Reubenites and the Gadites and half the tribe of Manasseh, and said unto them, Ye have kept all that Moses the servant of Jehovah commanded you, and have obeyed my voice in all that I commanded you. Ye have not left your brother in these many days unto this day, but have kept the charge of the commandment of Jehovah your Elohim. And now Jehovah your Elohim hath given rest unto your brethren as he promised them. Therefore now return ye and get you into your tents and unto the land of your possession, which Moses the servant of Jehovah gave you on the other side Jordan. But take diligent heed to do the commandment and law which Moses the servant of Jehovah charged you, to love Jehovah your Elohim, and to walk in all his ways, and to keep all his commandments, and to cleave unto him, and to serve him with all your heart and with all your soul. Joshua blessed them and sent them away, and they went unto their tents. Now to the one half of the tribe of Manasseh Moses given possession in Bashan, but unto the other half thereof gave Joshua among their brethren on this side Jordan westward. And when Joshua sent them away also unto their tents, then he blessed them. He spake unto them, saying, Return with much riches unto your tents, and with very much cattle, with silver, with gold, and with brass, and with iron, and with very much raiment. Divide the spoil of your enemies with your brethren. The children of Reuben and the children of Gad and half the tribe of Manasseh returned, and departed from the children of Israel out of Shiloh, which is the land of Canaan, and unto the country of Gilead, to the land of their possession, whereof they were possessed according to the word of Jehovah by the hand of Moses. And when they came unto the borders of Jordan, that are in the land of Canaan, or Canaan, the children of Reuben and the children of Gad and half the tribe of Manasseh built there an altar by Jordan, a great altar to see to. The children of Israel heard say, Behold, the children of Reuben, the children of Gad, and half the tribe of Manasseh have built an altar over against the land of Canaan, in the borders of Jordan, at the passage of the children of Israel. And when the children of Israel heard of it, the whole congregation of the children of Israel gathered themselves together at Shiloh, to go up to war against them. And the children of Israel sent unto the children of Reuben, and to the children of Gad, and to the half the tribe of Manasseh, into the land of Gilead, Phinehas, the son of Eleazar the priest, and with him 10 princes, each chief house a prince throughout all the tribes of Israel, and each one was the head of the house of their fathers among the thousands of Israel. And they came unto the children of Reuben and the children of Gad and half the tribe of Manasseh into the land of Gilead, and they speak with them, saying, Thus saith the whole congregation of Jehovah, What trespass is this that ye committed against Jehovah of Israel, to turn away this day from following Jehovah, in that ye have builded you an altar that ye might rebel this day against Jehovah? Is the antiquity of Peor too little for us, from which we are not cleansed until this day, although there was a plague in the congregation of Jehovah? But that ye must turn away for this day from following Jehovah? And it will be, seeing ye rebel today against Jehovah, that tomorrow he will be wroth with the whole congregation of Israel. Notwithstanding, if the land of your possession be unclean, then pass ye over into the land of the possession of Jehovah, wherein Jehovah's tabernacle dwelleth, and take possession among us, but rebel not against Jehovah, nor rebel against us, in building you an altar beside the altar of Jehovah our Elohim. Did not Achan the son of Zerah commit a trespass in the accursed thing, and wrath fell on all the congregation of Israel, and that man perished not alone in his antiquity? Then the children of Reuben and the children of Gad and half the tribe of Manasseh answered and said unto the heads of the thousands of Israel, Jehovah Elohim of gods, Jehovah Elohim of gods, he knoweth, and Israel shall know it, if it be in rebellion, or if transgression against Jehovah, save us not this day. That we have built us an altar to turn from following Jehovah, or if it offer thereon burnt offering or meat offering, or if it offer peace offerings thereon, let Jehovah himself require it. If we have not rather done it for fear of this thing, saying, in time come your children might speak unto our children, saying, what have ye to do with Jehovah, Elohim of Israel? For Jehovah hath made Jordan a border between us and you, the children of Reuben and the children of Gad. Ye have no part in Jehovah, so shall your children make our children cease from fearing Jehovah. Therefore we said, let us not prepare to build us an altar, not for burnt offering, nor for sacrifice, but that may be a witness between us and you and our generations after us, that we might do the service of Jehovah before him with our burnt offerings, with our sacrifices, and with our peace offerings, that your children may not say to our children in time come, ye have no part in Jehovah. Therefore said we, that shall be when they should so say to us or to our generations in time to come, that we may say again, behold, the pattern of the altar of Jehovah, which our fathers made, not for burnt offerings nor for sacrifice, but as a witness between us and you. God forbid that we should rebel against Jehovah and turn this day from following Jehovah, to build an altar for burnt offerings, for meat offerings, or for sacrifices, beside the altar of Jehovah our Elohim that is before his tabernacle. And when Phinehas the priest and the princes of the congregation with the heads of thousands of Israel, which were with him, heard the words that the children of Reuben, the children of Gad, and the children of Manasseh spake, it pleased them. And Phinehas the son of Eleazar the priest said unto the children of Reuben and to the children of Gad, and unto the children of Manasseh, this day we perceive that Jehovah is among us, because ye have not committed this trespass against Jehovah. Now ye have delivered the children of Israel out of the hand of Jehovah. And Phinehas the son of Eleazar and the princes returned from the children of Reuben for the children of Gad out of the land of Gilead unto the land of Canaan to the children of Israel, and brought them word again. And the thing pleased the children of Israel. And the children of Israel blessed Elohim, and did not intend to go up against them in battle, to destroy the land wherein the children of Reuben and Gad dwelt. The children of Reuben and the children of Gad called the altar Ed, for it shall be a witness between us that Jehovah is Elohim. So basically, they built an altar that wasn't an altar for sacrifice, and they wanted it to be like a remembrance in their land. So there was one in Israel, an altar for sacrifice in Israel, and they wanted one in their land, but they wanted it just for the sake of having one. I don't know. I don't really understand the situation. Okay, Joshua 23 next. It came to pass, a long time after that Jehovah had given rest unto Israel from all their enemies round about, that Joshua waxed old and stricken in age. And Joshua called for all Israel, and for their elders, and for their heads, and for their judges, and for their officers, and said unto them, I am old and stricken in age, and ye have seen all that Jehovah your Elohim hath done unto these nations because of you. For Jehovah your Elohim is he that hath fought for you. Behold, I have divided you by lot these nations that remaineth to be an inheritance for your tribes from Jordan, with all the nations that I have cut off, even unto the great sea westward. And Jehovah your Elohim shall expel them from before you, and drive them out from your sight, and shall possess their land, as Jehovah your Elohim hath promised unto you. Be ye therefore very courageous to keep and to do all that is written in the book of the law of Moses, that ye turn not aside therefrom to the right hand or to the left, that ye come not among these nations, these that remain among you, neither make mention of the name of their gods, nor cause to swear by them, neither serve them, nor bow yourselves unto them, but cleave unto Jehovah your Elohim, as he hath done this day. For Jehovah hath driven out from before you great nations and strong. But as for you, no man hath been able to stand before you unto this day. One man of you shall chase 1,000, for Jehovah your Elohim, he is that fighteth for you, as he hath promised you. Take good heed therefore unto yourselves, that ye love Jehovah your Elohim. Else if ye do in any wise go back and cleave unto the remnant of these nations, even these that remain among you, and shall make marriages with them, and go unto them, and they unto you. For know for certainty that Jehovah your Elohim will no more drive out any of these nations from before you, but there shall be snares and traps unto you, and scourges in your sides, and thorns in your eyes, and ye shall perish from off this good land which Jehovah your Elohim hath given you. And behold, this day I am going the way of all the earth, and ye know in your all your hearts and in all your souls, that one thing hath failed of all the good things which Jehovah your Elohim spake concerning you. All are come to pass unto you, and not one thing hath failed thereof. Therefore it shall come to pass that all that is good things are come upon you, which Jehovah your Elohim promised you, so shall Jehovah bring upon you all evil things, until he have destroyed you from off this good land which Jehovah your Elohim hath given you. When ye have transgressed the covenant of Jehovah your Elohim, which he commanded you, and have gone and served other gods, and bowed yourselves before them, then shall the anger of Jehovah be kindled against you, and ye shall perish quickly from off the good land which he hath given unto you. Okay, Joshua 24. And Joshua gathered all the tribes of Israel to Shechem, and called for the elders of Israel, and for their heads, and for their judges, and for their officers, and they presented themselves before Elohim. And Joshua said unto all the people, Thus saith Jehovah Elohim of Israel, your fathers dwelt on the other side of the flood in old time, even Terah, and the father of Abraham, and the father of Nachor, and they served other gods. And I took your father Abraham from the other side of the flood, and led him throughout all the land of Canaan, and multiplied his seed, and gave him Isaac. I gave unto Isaac Jacob and Esau, and I gave unto Esau Mount Seir to possess it, but Jacob and his children went down into Egypt. And I sent Moses and Aaron, and I plagued Egypt according to that which I did among them. And afterward I brought you out, and I brought your fathers out of Egypt, and ye came into the sea, and the Egyptians pursued you after the fathers with chariots and horsemen unto the Red Sea. And when they cried unto Jehovah, he put darkness between you and the Egyptians, and brought the sea upon them, and covered them, and in your eyes have seen what I have done in Egypt, and ye dwelt in the wilderness a long season. And I brought you into the land of the Amorites, which dwelt on the other side of Jordan, and they had fought with you. I gave them into your hand, that ye might possess their land, and I destroyed them from before you. Then Balak the son of Zippor, the king of Moab, arose and warred against Israel, and sent and called Balaam the son of Beor to curse you. But I would not hearken unto Balaam, therefore he blessed you still, so I delivered you out of his hand. And you went over to Jordan, and came unto Jericho, and the men of Jericho fought against you, the Amorites, the Perizzites, and the Canaanites, and the Hittites, and the Girgashites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites. I delivered them into your hand. And I sent the hornet before you, which drove them out from before you, even the 2 kings of the Amorites, but not with thy sword, nor with thy bow. And I have given you a land which ye did not labor, the cities ye have built not, and dwelled in them, in the vineyards and the olive yards which ye planted, do not ye eat. Now therefore fear Jehovah, and serve him in sincerity and truth, and put away the gods which your fathers served on the other side of the flood and in Egypt, and serve ye Jehovah. And if it seem evil unto you to serve Jehovah, choose you this day whom ye would serve, whether the gods which your fathers served that were on the other side of the flood, or the gods of the Amorites, whose in the land you dwell. But as for me and my house, we will serve Jehovah. And the people answered and said, God forbid that we should forsake Jehovah to serve other gods. For Jehovah our Elohim, he is it is that brought us up and our fathers out of the land of Egypt, from the house of bondage, which did those great signs in our sight, and preserved us in all the way wherein we went, and among all the people through whom we passed. Just real quick, I wonder how many years it was between Moses bringing the people out of Egypt and Joshua talking right now. I wonder how many years. At least over 40, but I wonder exactly how many. And Jehovah drave out from before us all the people and the Amorites which dwelt in the land thereof. We also will serve Jehovah, for he is our Elohim. And Joshua said unto the people, Ye cannot serve Jehovah, for he is a holy God. He is a jealous God. He will not forgive your transgressions, nor your sin. What? You cannot serve the Lord, for he is a holy God. He is a jealous God. He will not forgive your transgressions nor your sins. If you forsake Jehovah and serve strange gods, then he will turn and do you hurt and consume you after that he hath done you good. And people said unto Joshua, Nay, but we will serve Jehovah. And Joshua said unto the people, Ye are witness against yourselves that ye have chosen you Jehovah to serve. And they said, We are witnesses. Now therefore put away, he said, the strange gods that are among you, and incline your heart unto Jehovah Elohim of Israel. The people said unto Joshua, Jehovah our Elohim will we serve, and his voice will we obey. So Joshua made a covenant with the people that day, and set them a statute and an ordinance in Shechem. And Joshua wrote these words in the book of the law of Elohim, and took a great stone and set it up there under oak, which was by the sanctuary of Jehovah. And Joshua said unto all the people, Behold, this stone shall be witness unto us, for it hath heard all the words which he spake unto us, and shall be therefore a witness unto you, lest ye deny your Elohim. So Joshua let the people depart, every man unto his inheritance. And it came to pass after all these things that Joshua the son of Nun, the servant of Jehovah, died, being 110 years old. And they buried him in the border of his inheritance in Timnath-serah, which is Mount Ephraim, on the north side of the hill of Gash. And Israel served Jehovah all the days of Joshua, and all the days of the elders that overlived Joshua, and which had known all the works of Jehovah that he had done for Israel. And the bones of Joseph, which the children of Israel brought up out of Egypt, were buried they in Shechem, in a parcel of the ground which Jacob bought the sons of Hamor, the father of Shechem, for 100 pieces of silver, and it became inheritance for the children of Joseph. And Eleazar the son of Aaron died, and they buried him in the hill that pertained to Phinehas his son, which was given him in Mount Ephraim. Okay, guys, wow, that was oh my word. That's the end of Joshua. I can't believe it. We're in Judges now. Joshua 24? Judges, guys, tomorrow we're in Judges, okay. So, last day of Joshua, guys. Sad. Alright, here we go. For ye are all the children of Elohim by faith in Christ Yeshua, Jesus. Galatians 3:26. I'm just curious, since Jesus hasn't come up yet in our reading and our tools, I'm wondering something. What the translation, I know Elohim, God is Elohim, but what is Jesus in this context?
Strong's G 2424. Jesus.
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 Jesus. That's how you pronounce Jesus? Jesus. I guess there was no J in the Hebrew. Jesus. Yeshua. Wonder where Yeshua came from. Anyway, sorry guys, we're getting off track. Here's the reflection for today. One of the most, and a quote, one of the most intimate relationships God created can be found between a parent and child. Parents naturally find satisfaction and enjoyment in nurturing and loving their children daily. As believers, we have the incredible privilege to share that same cherished relationship with our Creator. He is our loving Father who tends to our every need and longs for us to be near Him. This remarkable privilege is only attainable by faith in Jesus Christ, who destroyed the separation between man and God with His blood. Through the beautiful gift of Christ, we are given the excellent honor of the title, the Sons of God, and given a place in the heavenlies. Okay, just gonna close the prayer. Dear Jehovah, our Elohim, thank you so much for today. Thank you for everything you've done for us. Thank you for every breath we take. I pray that you will draw closer to us as we draw closer to you and learn more about your word and read your word. I pray you be with us always. Thank you again for everything you've done for us and everything you will do for us. In your precious holy name, our Jehovah, our Elohim. Amen. Amen and amen. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you have a good evening, morning, night, wherever you're at. And as always, TTFN, ta-ta for now. Take care. God bless. Put God first in everything you do. I'll see you guys tomorrow with Judges. See you later.